And I think it comes back to this trend of the patient centricity and who is actually the decision maker. We all know that in the end it's the patient who is the decision maker, whether they will take drug or medicine and in what way, and whether they will comply with the label or with the recommendation from the treating physician or not, whether they will use it only for themselves or share with others, and all these kind of issues that are well described in the literature. So effectively what we are doing in pharmacovigilance is increasing the transparency and perhaps sharing a burden of the decision making, with the healthcare professionals and patients, because that's how the pharmacovigilance was designed, as a feedback loop, quickly inform everybody about the emerging potentially important safety information so that they can act on it, because that's healthcare professionals and patients who are actually acting on the information. And we do not need to be the filter. We should be the booster. We should help to make these decisions, assist with making these decisions in signal management process, and also demonstrate that we are compliant with all the regulations around that. But really, to ignore it or not to hide it, that's probably the worst crime, isn't it?
Yes, well, that's the number one thing that people look for, right? And the trust is lost once you violate that, right? PV is no different than any other safety in any other industry, to be honest, right? So we're all consumers of safety information. If you look at food safety, if you look at manufacturing safety, it's the same thing. People want to know when these things occur, not when the recall is happening. Yeah. And then they say, well, there were these few cases last year, we didn't think much about them, but we thought you didn't need to know. So I think, to me, it's actually no different. Because if you're a consumer of anything, everyone's interested in safety. And no one wants to learn about safety after 10 people have died, after 5 cars have caught fire, after people die from food poisoning or what have you. So this is no different. And I don't understand, frankly, why is that so difficult? Everyone wants to know as early as possible and making their own decision.